What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk about Faraday Future, ticker is FFIE. I'm going to give you a good breakdown of the data points, the technicals, what they are saying and kind of pointing to as far as where the stock price might go, and I'll go over some of the recent updates from the company. So I'm going to go over all of that. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So based on Friday, it did go down 2.46%. A lot of volatility, and you can tell that based on the day's range. As far as volume, it was a little bit lower, so 44 million shares being traded. 51 is the average, but keep in mind that's kind of normal for a Friday. Similarly, the options activity was kind of lower as well. So $15,000 in calls being purchased, or 16,000 versus 7,500 in puts. So like I said, just the overall frequency and amount is down, but based on this, it is anticipating that people are assuming it's going to go up. Or potentially the fact that what happened on Friday, it going down 2.46%, was kind of unrealistic and kind of overdone, because the broader market did sell off largely because of Apple's earnings. So once again, let me know your viewpoint on that. I'm very, very happy that I did buy in when I did. So I did buy in right here at this very big sell-off at 26.7. So I didn't catch the bottom per se, but I'm very happy because I do feel that big things are coming from here on out, like I've signaled. And when it comes down to it, when there has been a lot of good operational updates, you see a lot of people talking on shorting. And so I'll give you guys a quick overview of what they are doing, and especially going into next week. So short score is currently 77, utilization is 94.8. And just to put it in perspective, so right now the market cap for Faraday is 505 million. So it's gone up quite a lot, which is fairly good. But at the same time, looking right here, $87 million in shorts are out there right now. So that's pretty substantial if you kind of think about it. And just be aware, this is just known shorting. That's not counting synthetics or any naked shorting behind the scenes, because I do believe, based on estimates, of course, especially with failure to delivers, there is a substantial amount of naked shorting that is behind the scenes with Faraday. Just unfortunately, those are a little bit harder to track. But when it comes down to what happened on Friday, shorts did return 2.41 million shares, which once again, the fact that they did return shares on a red day does go to show and insinuates that it was a overreaction, that it shouldn't actually be going down. So now you kind of have two pieces of documentation or proof, the fact that people are assuming it's an overreaction, even shorts. So 19.92% of the free floats being shorted, 256.67 million shares overall are being shorted, and cost to borrow has kind of been normal-ish, so no crazy spikes or anything like that. So 8.53% is the average. And on a side note, I'm not a financial advisor, so you guys always do your own due diligence. As far as large transactions that did occur on the secondary market, last being August the 4th, and there was two, and it looks like based on the bid and the ask, one was a sell, one was a buy. So kind of evenly divided in that regard. As far as dark pool, last transactions were on the 4th, so similar kind of thing. When it comes down to the dark pool, some people don't necessarily like it because it's usually linked to shorting in some way. Because what typically does happen is a short would enter in on the secondary market, which of course the secondary market affects the stock price. So by them increasing their position, they're adding selling pressure. So they basically cause the stock price to go down. And then what they typically do is they cover on the dark pool. And the dark pool does not actually affect the stock price whatsoever. Obviously, you can kind of see the price it went for, but that is just made for institutions. Dark pool was strictly made for bigger players in the game to avoid volatility on the secondary market. So this is the game that they do play. Is very, very malicious and kind of annoying, unfair for retail investors, but it doesn't look like the SEC has or will do anything at this stage. So once again, let me know your guys' thoughts on that. As far as news, so I've already covered this piece of news about the phase 2, which is absolutely epic, but there was this news that came out, it looks like yesterday after hours. So Lev Pecker, if I'm saying that correctly, appointed to Faraday Future's board of directors. And based on his history, nothing really overly stood out. Of course, he was in a previous CEO role, but nothing credible from a substantial company. So I think this is fairly good news, especially if someone in the board of director role being a previous CEO, you kind of know how to run a business, but at the same time, it's just nothing substantial. So whatever, it's okay news, nothing crazy to write home about. When it comes down to what is coming next, so looking at momentum, shows number of retail investors have been getting out. Stochastic is kind of at 83, so considered if it does continue on, to be overbought, then that might need and prompt a pullback a little bit. But right now, with it being at 32.5 right now, it is right below this R1. So between the P and the R1 is trading. So as I've brought up in the past, you can tell that the spread between these and any of these is very wide, insinuating that there is going to be a lot of volatility. So you're going to see a lot of volatility. So 27 or almost about 28 cents is that next big support, and around that 33.84 is that next big resistance, which technically could easily be broken past, because based on Friday, it actually did break past that. So once again, definitely does have the opportunity and the momentum to actually break above that. So if it does, then you can anticipate it to go around the 37.5, give or take. So let me know your viewpoint on that in the comments below. How high do you think things are going to go? And when it comes down to the upcoming shareholder meeting, I believe on August the 16th, have you voted already? What's your kind of viewpoint on a lot of those? And on a side note, if you are looking for a dedicated video just on the upcoming shareholder meeting, I can definitely do that. Go over what you are proposing for and what it actually does mean bigger picture. So let me know your viewpoint on all that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. So as far as based on all the data points that's kind of out there, I do feel going into next week it is going to resurge back into this R1 to the R2. So definitely I feel that bigger things might be coming. Let me know your viewpoint. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up like I said. And one final thing, take advantage of this promo. This is literally the best deal that you can get. Link in the description below and also the comments. Sign up for a free account, throw $100 at it. You get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So even that is a no-brainer. But better yet, you get a $50 cash reward. So this is a win-win. Link in the description below and also the comments. With that said, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's eventually make a lot of money on Faraday Future.